Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We keep hearing from the free countries that they love democracy and the will of the people and, the majority rule and all that. Remember that one? Yeah, okay. Well, you know what's important and interesting is that people have their last say or the main say in important issues. Like, for instance, I don't know, applying for NATO membership. How about that? Don't you think that's a very important decision that the population of a country should directly make through a referendum? I think so. I think it's more important than have, 20 weasels or 50 weasels determine where the country goes in this kind of, important issue. At least that's what I would do. And it seems like Hungary, which I applaud, which is blamed for being a kind of almost not a democratic country by the weasels in Brussels and other countries. They did exactly so. When Hungary decided to make a decision on applying for NATO or not, they said, people, Hungarian people, what do you think we should do? They organized a referendum and they voted yes. And then that's how they went in. Okay, I thought it was nice. It was not through the backdoor entry, if you know what I mean. So we have here a guy who I got to admire. Actually, this is the third person from Hungary's political elites that I started to admire. Okay, obviously the first one is Peter Szijjártó, who I admire a lot as he's a foreign minister of Hungary, intelligent, courageous, and I couldn't find yet anything negative to say about that person or anything that he lacks. Okay, and the other one is obviously Viktor Orbán, the prime minister of Hungary, which big, bold, tough guy. And this is the third one that I have here. I will present him to you. And this gentleman will tell us that actually those fantastic democratic countries of Sweden and Finland did not ask their people if they would like to assent or apply for NATO membership. The politicians did it in their name. So which one do you think is more democratic? I think Hungary. I know we live in representative democracies and blah, 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 but I think in this kind of circumstance, you rather do it that way. So you want to make sure you don't make a mistake. If you make a mistake, this guy's going to say, well, so what? Basically, that's what they're going to tell their people. The population, on the other hand, was all for it. Didn't even give a fuck. Why? Probably too busy ordering shit on Amazon or watching stupid shows and drinking beer or whatever. Not even that. Go work, pay your taxes, consume, watch TV, and repeat. So let's go and see this little article here. This is the guy that I got to like right here. Yabba dabba do. His name is Laszlo Kover. All right. Hungarian House Speaker Laszlo Kover has claimed that he received dozens of emails from Swedish and Finnish voters urging him to block their country's accession into NATO. So this article obviously comes from Evil Russia Today, 10th of April 2023. Hungary reveals letters from citizens of NATO applicants. Finland and Sweden, and I'm quoting, forgot to ask their people, end quote, about joining the US-led bloc. Laszlo Kover has said, good job, man. You are on it. Good job. Hungarian, as I already said this, and although Kover backed Finland's successful membership bid, he claimed Budapest was betrayed by Helsinki immediately after the vote. The Hungarian parliament voted in favor of Finland joining NATO last month, days before a similar vote in Turkey cleared the way for the Nordic nation to become the bloc's 31st member. Finland and Sweden both renounced their neutrality and applied to join NATO last year, and although polls indicated that the majority of voters in both countries supported the move, neither government put the decision to a referendum. I wonder why. And I'm quoting, Hungarian representatives received dozens of emails from Sweden and Finland not to accept the accession because, according to them, there is no democratic legitimacy behind the decision. Kover, end quote, Kover told Hungary here TV on Sunday, and I'm quoting again, there was a referendum in Hungary. Great. End quote, on a NATO accession in 1999. Kover pointed out, while, and I'm quoting, in both Sweden and Finland, they forgot to ask the people about this. The Hungarian government initially backed Sweden and Finland's membership applications, but a parliamentary vote was then stalled after Prime Minister Viktor Orbán accused both nations of, and I'm quoting, spreading blatant lies about Hungary, about the rule of law in Hungary, about democracy, about life here, end quote. So Sweden and Finland have been fiercely critical of Hungary's conservative government, with both supporting the EU's withholding of funds from Budapest over Orbán's supposed stifling of LGBT and migrant rights, as well as judicial independence concerns. Less than 2 weeks after Hungary voted to accept Finland into NATO, the Finnish and Swedish governments joined the European Union Commission's legal case against Hungary's child protection law. The law, which forbids depictions of homosexuality or gender reassignment in media content aimed at under 18s, has been criticized by other EU members as anti-LGBTQ. And I'm quoting, as soon as Hungary gave its consent to Finland's accession, the next day the Finns immediately entered the LGBTQ case against Hungary at the European Court of Justice, end quote, Kover told Here TV. Adding that, and I'm quoting, they have not shown even the slightest respect for Hungary or the will of the Hungarian people, end quote. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Kover, but in this case, it's your fault because you didn't figure out that that's the way they are. And now you know it's a little bit too late. They you and they got your money as well. So you're already, and you lost the money. I still like you, but you could have said no in those elections in that vote, but you said yes. Well, I understand you played politics, you know. Well, I scratch your balls, you scratch mine. You know, I mean, is it scratch your back or your balls? Which one? I think where I come from is your balls. Anyway, my friends, I don't want to be like Trump grabbing them by the I know I'm with other gears here. Oh man, cover. So here it is, my friends. You do good and you receive a good. And that's karma, isn't it? Now tell me about karma again. Do good things because they will give you good stuff. Brahma and all this universe is going to give you the energy. It seems like it doesn't work this way a little bit. Someone else must be making the rules, not the ones that supposedly are over there for us to enjoy. Anyway, yes, I think this kind of issues should be put forth for the nation to vote as a referendum, and then you will also, gain legitimacy for that. There is, if something goes badly, then you say, "Oh, see, they voted." Then you cover your ass, like one of my bosses, a specific one, used to say all the time. Or, hey, cover your tail, cover your ass. Well, if that's your main concern, you're a coward. Because that means you will never, ever do anything. You're not going to stick your neck out at all because you have to cover your ass. Where are the risks? Without risks, you're not going to cross the Atlantic. Like many of our explorers and courageous people. We just stay home and cover our ass with a blanket and stay under a blanket. Hey, I'm covered, I'm safe. So no, that's not the attitude. But hey, you have to be like that because that's the attitude in government. Thank you very much. And not only. Certain people, weak people, cowards. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.